Week 5, Intellectual Property, Restrictions and Openness. We are in Week 5 now. This week we take a look at property rights in cyberspace. Traditional property rights. As Devani points out, traditional property rights are fairly straightforward. Here's an example. My ownership of my travel trailer is exclusive. I control who uses it. If my neighbor decided to borrow the trailer without my permission, I would call the county sheriff's office and file a criminal charge of theft against him. I would have 3 reasons for pressing charges. 1. My neighbor's borrowing of my trailer denies me the usage of it this weekend. 2. My neighbor's borrowing of my trailer is against my wishes. 3. According to the Department of Motor Vehicles, I have the legal right to control usage of the trailer, which is currently against my wishes. Such ownership is exclusionary. The possession of the object means exclusive access. The first reason relies on this exclusive access. The trailer can only be used in one place at one time, my house or my neighbor's house. My neighbor's borrowing denies me the usage of the trailer this weekend. As we see in reason 2, this is against my wishes. If I was good with him borrowing it, such as if I rented it out to him for the weekend, then we're good, and I would not call the sheriff's office. The third reason flows from the first and second reasons. I should have complete legal authority because my neighbor's borrowing is against my wishes. He deprives me of the object for which I paid thousands of dollars. And such deprivation is just not fair to me. We are reminded of Immanuel Kant's concept of the categorical imperative that we talked about in Week 1. The categorical imperative, you'll remember, is a test of sorts, that an action should be judged on the basis of whether or not it should be permissible for everyone. So, if my neighbor is allowed to borrow my trailer at any time, then should everyone be allowed to borrow anyone else's stuff at any time? Of course not, unless we all live in a commune and have agreed to such borrowing. Therefore, according to the categorical imperative, such borrowing without permission is unethical and wrong. Traditional versus cyber property. As you know, there is one big difference between my trailer and, say, a song. My trailer exists as one item. It cannot be copied. It cannot exist as 2 trailers. Okay, sure, this is a bit obvious as to be silly, but it's important because intellectual property can be copied and exist in multiple locations at the same time without denying the owner his or her simultaneous possession of the song. How often have you seen someone, or even found yourself, copying a song from a friend's playlist? The song still exists on the friend's iPhone, so the friend is not denied possession and usage of the song. What's the harm in making a copy? But what about control according to the owner's wishes? The friend does not own the song. The musician or publisher owns it. And the usage of the song must adhere to the wishes of that owner, whether copying, playing on the radio, using in a YouTube video, whatever. Should the owners of the intellectual property be allowed similar control of their creations once those creations are released, even if they still possess the original? How does your best school of ethics answer this question? And that will get us into this week's topic. It's a fascinating journey with or without a travel trailer. There are a few thoughts to keep in mind as you read and think this week that will form part of your journal assignment. How does plagiarism factor into the discussion of intellectual property rights? What rights should educators and students at nonprofit schools be given regarding internet sources? What is fair use, and what does it mean to me? What does your best school of ethics argue regarding the protection of digital objects? Enjoy the reading and activities this week.